I don't know how to say
Today
steak
we're
soup.
making the screaming Nazi shooter. I translate for him.
Yeah, that's his job. He's my translator because I only speak German. Welcome to Sunday Night Shooters. I'm your host, Derrick Schommer. That's Ian Andrews. We're gonna rush to build this frosted shot glasses. Thank you, Justin Dennis, one of our Patreon subscribers, lifetime, $39.
We're rushing because we can't wait to fall on our faces.
Yes, college blackout shots.
This is the screaming Nazi.
Screaming, oh, good call.
Yeah.
Screaming Nazi, this is half ounce, well, equal parts. I'm gonna go half ounce because I've learned my lesson. Whenever something says equal parts, if you just assume 1 ounce, it doesn't fit in most shot glasses.
No.
So that's like 3 ounces. That's
Yeah.
a big shot glass. And you don't need 3 ounce Screaming Nazis.
No.
So the Screaming Nazi, we've done this in the past. It was done when me and Doug did this in 2012. But not only does it need a revamp, these aren't the same ingredients. It didn't have Bacardi 151 because it's not amped up. I've had a lot of people watch that video. I've had a lot of people complain, that's not Screaming Nazi, it doesn't match all the ingredients. You have to do this, blah, blah, blah. So maybe this is the right one that everybody's expecting to see.
Who knows?
Freeze shot glasses or freeze your liquor? I say freeze your shot glass. You want to know why?
Because
It's
that way
easier.
you don't have to dilute your shot.
Right. Well, no, but out of the two, if you freeze these and you build it, it's still going to be just as cold. But then if you use these for anything else, they're too
Frozen.
cold. And when you do use them to shake,
You miss your dilutions.
You're going to lose your dilution rate. So I would say don't do that. For shots while the wife is out of the room. $1 by David. $1 by David.
Dollar shots by David.
$1 shots, yo. We just got to get some virtual. We get Monopoly money. And every time somebody donates, we throw some of it up in the air.
That's a good idea. I like it.
But
My college
problem is,
roommate
the Monopoly game.
Hey, I think
costs
your
more.
producer's in the chat room.
does or used to work.
Am I who?
Your producer.
Oh.
Hey, I said, hey,
Oh,
that's
Justin
me.
Sane? Is Justin
All right, Jen, this one's for you. Because I know you can't
Justin
wait to
Dennis? Did I say Dennis or didn't? Oh yeah, the wife's out of the room. $1 by David. It's a gentleman's club.
Nice.
$1 by David.
David's dollars?
No, it sounds wrong.
For you.
So this is bad.
For me.
But we'll talk about why
That's
in a
gonna be
minute.
horrible.
Are you ready? This is chili.
Jen's optimistic. Let's do this.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Glass is
Prost!
half full.
It's spicy.
Woo. What?
Give me a lighter. I think I can breathe fire. Where is it?
My kids took it.
Tastes like mint.
Tastes like cough syrup. Tastes like NyQuil.
With mint.
All of those things.
mint.
Everything you're saying is true.
Ow, it makes my stomach burn.
My eyes are watering.
Makes my stomach burn.
My eyes
stomach's
are watering
all
a little bit.
warm.
Okay, so here's the issue. You
What's
got
the
your
issue?
mint.
Yeah, a lot of mint. And it's a strong mint, too.
50% alcohol by volume. That's 100 proof, y'all.
100 proof.
100 proof.
151 proof.
So right there,
That's 125.5 proof.
that's trouble in a bottle. And then you've got the weak one.
Yeah.
What, 35? Wait, 37. 35?
Yeah.
All liquors should be about
So
35.
since it's equal parts, you can average it out, right? So we got 35,
You don't have to average. It's over 100.
85,
151. That throws this...
and
I don't really know what I'm doing.
I'm working on my averaging. So what did I say? So
You're at 85
60,
before
50,
he
80,
intercepted.
22.
Before he intercepted.
Interception, yo!
85.
Interrupted. I don't know.
So
where intercepted came from.
160.5%. Divide that by 5, you're going to get, or 3. It's about 53% alcohol.
This is what you could do on these type of phones. You could... Oh, fuck. You could do this, and then you don't have to log in. You can use a cal.
I already figured out 53% alcohol.
No way. Let me see if you're right.
I'm estimating. Okay, so
No estimates. That's not accurate.
50 plus 35
50
Glad I could
plus
help produce such a
35
great drink.
plus 75 and a half
plus 75.5.
equals.
Oh, this
Divide by
this
3.
recipe is submitted by Nico.
Divide by 3.
53. What'd you say? Did you say estimate of 53.5? Is that what you said? That's not an estimate. It's exactly the number.
I was estimating on 53.
Well,
I think I estimated 53%. I don't know if I did in a half.
you were wrong then. Go back
My
and watch
belly
it.
still is a little warm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I screwed up the math
kinda
so
get
bad.
I get a little bit of a sore throat when
Kind of like it. I don't want to drink these all night, but I mean, what a good start of the
It
night.
wasn't horrible, but
No.
my belly's on fire.
It's a
the
warm me up
Rumple
shot.
The Rumple Minze solves the problem.
It's very much a
Yeah.
winter shot because are you warm right now?
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Not really.
It's cold out there.
But
Baby, it's cold outside.
so okay. I often get because I've done
My
this.
shot wasn't really cold though. I'll have to say that.
Really? Wasn't?
We
No,
didn't let it sit long enough in the glass.
maybe.
Mine was kind of cold.
Was it? Mine wasn't
Screwed
cold.
up.
No, we did fine. you can put it on the freezer if you want to, but that's a lot of work to freeze these 3.
Yeah.
That's
There's a lot of room in the freezer. Have you seen our freezer?
Well, what
That's premeditated.
you could do.
Screaming Nazis. You're doing this in advance. You go, oh, we're gonna make screaming Nazis tomorrow. Let's put these in the refrigerator.
Or you
freezer.
take and you don't use ice, but you shake it to chill it with like a
Ice ball.
an ice ball or something, some
that.
plastic ice or something to chill it.
Yeah.
We could do that
Or you can put it near ice.
Yeah.
you can put it in a tin and then put the tin on top of ice, and then stir it in. And then, I like
This is
ours.
getting-
You can also use dry ice
Really complicated.
and dry ice those up.
Or you could ask a question of the day.
Yes, let's do that.
Fuck questions.
While I was looking at the questions today, I'll say if you want to submit a recipe, you can submit it to recipe@everydaydrinkers.com. Sign up for the newsletter at everydaydrinkers.com/newsletter. And if you really want to support the show, which is great, you can go to patreon.com/CMC and you can do a monthly donation. Or if you're in the live stream, apparently you can donate in the live stream, which is kind of cool because we've been having fun with that tonight. And hopefully the live stream has also.
What book has influenced
Yeah.
you the most, Ian?
Old Yeller.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
50
50
Shades,
Shades of Grey.
50
No.
Shades
Ian has
of
done
Grey.
so much more anal since reading that book.
Yeah, it's really changed my life. I can't sit down.
Unfortunately,
Right, but it's changed my life.
He's the only one doing the anal, so
Hey, if I got that kind of reach, I'm proud of myself.
yeah, he's consumed 6 light bulbs up his ass.
That's awful.
You know what I'm gonna have to say? And this is kind of a hokey way of doing this, but this is, I think, true to life. The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. Here's why. If it wasn't for the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, I probably wouldn't be a programmer.
Okay.
Weird, isn't it? Because I read those. As a kid, I hated reading books. Like book assignments, I never did any of them. I skimmed the book right before
They
class.
always made you read stupid books,
I
except
liked-
for Catcher in the Rye.
It still didn't care.
I like
never-
John Steinbeck books because those just really hit home.
I just never wanted to read on demand. Like I didn't want anybody. Oh, you need to read this book by this date.
You want to read because you want to read.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to read. And then my father gave me the
Lord of the Rings?
He gave me the Hobbit first, and then he gave me the Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings after that. He was reading them, so I had mentioned this in the past, but we have new subscribers. But they were like this friggin' big because he used to read them in the hot tub,
Yeah.
and
They were,
like all the
expanded,
water would
they'd soaked up the.
yeah, it would so friggin' huge. But I read the Hobbit and we went on vacation. I still remember like I'd go up north to Maine and I would just read these books while we were on vacation and stuff because what else are you gonna do? And like then I got into after that I started playing Dungeons and Dragons and nerdy stuff.
Right, which leads to computer programming, obviously.
Yeah, and then I
It's
thought
a gateway drug.
and then well, you're already in Nerdville, right? So
You might as well
then,
stay there.
Then it's like I want to make these D&D tools. I started building things with Visual Basic that didn't exist. Basic programming, QBasic, and then all of a sudden like I was writing programs, and then but it
All of a
made
sudden you're a
sense
programmer, yeah.
because I was developing tools for something I like to do.
Yeah.
I didn't just go, I want to be a programmer, let's just go do that. It was like, and I still do today, if I need to write code, I can't just sit down and go, code, let's do some code. I need to know,
You have that
here's a
first.
problem, I need to solve it.
Yeah. And how's this going to make it better?
Right, and I tried to make things better. I made my D&D better.
For the live chat, I wasn't layering it. I was just, I was being pedantic about the pouring.
You don't-
I could have poured it all into one and then poured out, but
You can't layer this.
Yeah,
No.
but then you still
they
would
were
have to.
they were asking why I was pouring half,
Measuring
boom,
3
half,
times,
boom,
yeah.
half, boom.
Oh, he
half,
was-
boom,
he was
half,
being
boom, half,
pedantic.
Instead of like
Yeah.
1.5,
what he
but
said,
then you
yeah.
still have to measure it. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could have put 1.5 in here, poured out a half.
right,
if
but
you-
then you have to stop.
If you
and look
overpour,
Yeah.
every time.
then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because now you've poured too much in
Well,
one.
then I have to drink it. It's awful.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink any of those by
No,
themselves.
Then it'll get more close.
This is a drink
Yeah.
you do correctly because
I'm
you
already
don't-
going to lose magic because I'm closey-eyed.
Yeah. So that is my reason for why I like the Lord of the Rings. That's the industry.
All right, cool.
So what is your
John Steinbeck's books just spoke to me for some reason because he was very Dust Bowl era, like working class, Depression era.
really?
Yeah, just I liked his stuff.
That
I don't know,
sounds
it was very real. I don't know.
You read real books then? Kind of want more real life.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I read a couple. I
I read about
like
swords and warriors.
I read one for class, and then I picked up the rest of his stuff because
Really?
I liked his style.
You're a
I read
fucking
East of
nerd.
Eden for class.
You-
I've since reread that book. It's a great book.
The Great Gatsby, was that a book?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I read
that's
the
a
Great.
book.
I think that the only books I remember reading was of Mice and Men, and I might have skipped some
That was a
Catcher in
chapters.
the
Steinbeck
Rye.
movie.
Steinbeck?
Yeah, that was Mice and Men.
So I read most of that, but I skipped chapters when I needed to get certain pages done for class. I was really bad.
Growing up, I
student.
read all the D&D books. I mean, I read the Icewind Dale trilogy, the Dark Elf trilogy.
When you were
Dark
growing
Elf
up,
Trilogy.
Yeah,
I
like-
read those when I lived here.
in
Yeah.
high school. I think I got you
Yeah,
guys.
because,
I got you
yeah,
guys
you-
turned
Oh,
on R.A. Salvatore.
you-
Yeah.
yeah.
But I read like a lot of the Dragonlance and all that.
Yeah, I read that. That's true. I read like the
I have a whole
Tyler
bookshelf
Twins,
full of that
Test of the
stuff.
Twins.
Yeah,
Like that was
yeah.
the best series ever. I should go back.
I
and read
like
it.
the great
Raceland and
series.
Carmen or Caraman or
Caraman and
or
Raceland.
one.
Yeah, the Warrior and the Wizard.
Yeah, that was a good series of books.
I really liked the Myth Inc. series by Robert Asprin and his Fool's Company series also. He passed away a year or two ago maybe, but he had a really funny way of writing. A lot of people compared him to like the he's another A author, the Xanth series. But he was very funny and he had a great writing.
That sounds like fantasy.
Yeah, it was fantasy.
He also he's a
Oh, I
nerd.
love
He nerds out on
fantasy
fantasy.
books.
Dude. And by the way, in case you didn't see my Facebook post, I forgot to mention this. The artist Piz, who did some of the tiki mugs. He did the Grateful Dead tiki mug and the other.
It's awesome tiki.
Just he passed away suddenly like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's sad.
Or months ago, August.
A couple
months ago. So if you have the drink, what is it? The little drink boy. What is it called? You pack more of these orders than I did. You know, the one that had boy in the name. Delivery boy.
Oh.
The delivery boy. If you
He
had,
was cool. I
yeah,
liked
if
him.
you had the delivery boy, you had
Here's
the Grateful
that.
Dead tiki.
Sorry.
You keep him, because I guess they might go up in money, right?
Yeah,
The
they could be
Grateful
collectibles
Dead
now.
one was cool.
Grateful Dead.
Yeah, it is cool.
We're also out of those, but
So thanks, Mark, and 60s Mentality from Pennsylvania. Piers Anthony was
Piers
the
Anthony.
author of the Xanth series that people compare Robert Asprin to. I prefer Robert Asprin. I couldn't get into Xanth. I thought it was not really well written compared to Robert Asprin, but I know a lot of people like that series.
See, and that was Harry Potter for me. Everybody loved Harry Potter, and
like
I
Harry
couldn't
Potter,
get through
too.
the first book because it was written
For a kid?
Yeah, a kid.
It got more sophisticated as you go.
Yeah, but I couldn't
If
get
you
through the
get-
first one. So.
If you get through 2 or 3 kids' books, the rest of the books were like more
Yeah.
adult.
I read. She didn't like it because of that, so I just never read it.
I think
I have a very sophisticated.
But yeah, I
palate.
liked.
Robert Jordan.
No, I forget the. They made a movie, Catching Fire.
Oh yeah, the Mockingjay.
Yeah.
That
And
like very famous
Yeah.
series.
Hunger
of-
Games.
Hunger Games. Thank you.
How
liked
are we
it.
not getting this?
Those were made for children, but I liked those.
Yeah. Hey,
So-
you never know who's going to speak to you.
Yeah.
Speaking to you, did we finish? Oh, we're done.
We're done.
Oh, we don't have any more shows to do.
It's the alcohol.
that's pretty-
It's
Speaking of children, or whatever we're talking about,
Yeah.
aspiration.
Apparently, I'm supposed to check out Patrick Rothfuss.
Rothfuss.
Sounds familiar. Oh no, why do I know that name? Maybe I've already checked that out. We'll Google it.
Is there a series that he wrote? Put it in the chat, and I'll.
Yes, there is a series. I've probably
Robert
read
Jordan
it.
is Fantasy King. Yeah, Derek read the Robert Jordan.
Robert Jordan's got.
Robert Jordan's got really big books.
Yeah, and then
Really
at the
But
end,
fun.
the other author that I read
died.
that has a lot of really big books, they about the
The
Seeker.
Wheel of Time. Who did the Wheel of Time?
Robert Jordan.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
But there's they made a TV series called The Seeker, and it was about
You hated the Game of Thrones, Mark?
Yeah, that's
The
legit.
fifth
the
book.
books are different. Yeah.
The fifth book was really hard to get through. It got way too.
That's legit.
So I read like the first 3 books of this.
Guy,
other
you know
one.
that.
The guy I can't remember. He wrote a series of books.
Speed books. We're done! Ow! My hand still hurts from
That's
the
one more
Cobra
in the
high
book.
five. Like, oh shit. Ah! Alright. Sorry, I pulled a little Frankie there. Ah! We're done! Thank you, Nico, for the recipe. Thank you to the person that I said, probably Justin, for for being our executive producer for this episode, patreon.com/CMC. You can also go get our newsletter at everydaydrinkers.com/.
Did we already say this?
newsletter. No.
King Killer Chronicles. That's not familiar. That's that author.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Game
Sword
of
of
the Wind.
Truth. Yeah, thank you. 60s Mentality.
The King Killer Chronicles. You gotta read those. That's it. We're done.
We're teaching you how to do shots.
Oh yeah. No, it's Campari.
Yes, which would make a
Negroni.
yes.
Oh, I'm there. I am totally there. Cobra high five right now, yo. Ah! That really hurt. That was awesome. So it took a while.
Doesn't that taste a little
Like,
Negroni?